Hello, and thank you so much for dropping by this video. A warm welcome to anyone who's new to this channel or this topic. This channel is all about really one thing, and it's a thing that pretty much every religion, every spiritual tradition, while they might have slightly different words, has this same concept. And the concept is simply this, that there is a force or a power or an energy, a consciousness that is available to help us on our life's journey. And that this energy or force or power is good, and that bringing ourselves into alignment with it just makes life go a whole lot easier. So, this is all based around the work of this man, whose picture you can see behind me, named Bruno Groening, who showed up in Germany after World War II, and around him, literally tens of thousands of people experienced miraculous healings. When I say miraculous, I'm talking about blind people regaining their vision, paralyzed people standing up out of their wheelchairs. But it's even more amazing since he's no longer here on this earth, and yet the healings have continued. Why? Because he taught very simple, universal principles that anyone of any belief or no belief can apply and find out for themselves whether what he taught is true or not, which is what I've done. I've put into practice what he taught, and I have experienced healings in my own body. So, a very warm welcome. Thank you for joining in. And first and foremost, how to tap into, how to receive this energy. Well, it's actually quite simple. Please sit with your legs uncrossed, feet flat on the floor, hands on your legs, palms facing upwards, back in a relaxed, upright position, if possible, not leaning against your chair, and then close your eyes. Then please open your mind to the possibility that what I'm saying is true. You don't have to believe it, you just need to be open to it at the minimum. And then open yourself, your heart, your soul, your being to this energy, having the will to receive it. And then observe your body, having the intention to take this energy in. So we're going to sit for a little bit in silence, practicing drawing this energy in. I'll come in every now and then with a little reminder, a reminder to observe your body, noticing what you feel, having the intention, the will to take in this vital life energy. Observing the body, intending to take this energy in. So I'm going to share and read a little, and I invite you to continue to tune in to take in this energy. So I have a very radical proposal for you. What if health is natural? What if peace is natural? What if living in harmony with ourselves, with others, with nature? What if that is what's natural? And what if, when we experience the opposite of such things, it's only because something unnatural has been added in? And so, what if the spiritual journey is nothing more than the journey back to what's natural? So, oftentimes, the word spiritual means that which is far and away. But what if spiritual literally just means that which is natural? That's in essence what Bruno Groening said. And now it's up to us to reflect deeply, to look deep within ourselves, and to see if that is true. Because if it is, it's a very radical proclamation and a very radical way of looking at the world. So let's take a little time and explore, pondering, is it possible that health is natural? Observing the body, noticing what you feel. So if that's correct, then how did we as individuals and us as a human race get so off course? Well, Bruno Groening explains it very simply that health is order and wellness, whereas disease is nothing more than disorder, disharmony, and that we've literally just taken into our bodies some disorder and disharmony. And the way back to health is to take in the energy of order, of goodness. He spoke of this energy of disorder, he called it evil, and that it was very destructive, and that it was the root cause of all our problems. And so the way back is to take in the energy of order, but not just that, but also to put ourselves in alignment with life, with goodness, in essence, to live harmonious lives. Excuse me. So, in terms of the healing process, it's about taking in what's good and releasing what's not good. And on this topic, he said, the more you take in the good, the better you will feel. The sooner order will be restored to your body. Excuse me, recreated in your body. So in the 21st century, we like to make things complicated. We have a habit of making things complicated, and all these big machines and advances in science. Yet fundamentally, Bruno Groening said that what we really need is just to take order into our bodies and let this life energy dispel everything not good, everything that's not of order, and that it's actually not so complicated. So let's spend a little more time in silence, taking in this natural energy, this energy that recreates order in the body, through observing your body, noticing what you feel. Taking in this goodness, Now, the beautiful thing about this is in taking this energy in, it's very intelligent and it knows where to go and what to do. And things can heal that we're not even trying to heal. For example, I was tuning in one day. That's this practice. That's one way to describe this practice, tuning in. And all of a sudden, just I started to get this little itch on my chest. And I just itched it some, but it didn't go away. So I kept itching it and it really started to itch. So I went into the bathroom and took my shirt off so I could look in the mirror. And I was shocked. Why? Because I had a little pink spot. Not very big, but a little pink spot on my chest. But why would that be shocking? Because for 20 years I'd had a black mole from since I was a teenager. I'd had a little tiny black mole on the right side of my chest. And through taking in this energy, it was healed. I wasn't taking in this energy asking, oh, please remove the mole. It just happened. And then within a couple days, the pink spot went away and my skin went back to normal. So it's okay to ask for a specific thing to heal. And taking this energy in, things can heal that didn't even ask. It never even occurred to me to ask that that heal. Didn't have the intention to it for that to heal. And it just did. So let's sit with the idea that this energy we're taking in, it or that which is sending it, is a lot smarter than us. And that this energy can can heal anything, but it can even heal things that we're not even aware of. Taking in this good energy, trusting that it knows where to go and what to do, and trusting its power to heal. Said another way, trusting its power to restore order and harmony and health. So it's so important to have an attitude of surrender on the spiritual path because we're not in charge of the universe and we don't know what's best. Now, when at one particular meeting that Bruno Groening was offering, there were two people there in wheelchairs. And all the people were thinking, oh, wouldn't it be wonderful if those people stood up and were healed? And that had happened many, many times around Bruno Groening. And Bruno Groening could read everyone's thoughts. And here's what he said in response to the thoughts. And the dear friends think they are entitled to say, yes, if Freddie and Lilo, those are the two people in wheelchairs, yes, if Freddie or Lilo were to be completely healed, yes, that would be a genuine miracle, and we could really believe. No, friends, a faith that has condition attached to it is no faith. It is a demand, a tempting of God, and thus an absolute lack of trust with respect to your Creator. What did Christ say to Thomas? Not seeing and yet believing. That is what brings us closer to God. Who then gave you the right to say that a spontaneous healing would be beneficial for the mental, spiritual development of these two people? You must leave this to God. In any case, you should concern yourself more with your own body and take in the good, the divine, without constantly gawping at others. So that was from the book Powers of the Spirit, page 219. And so there's two really key ideas there. And one of them is that we don't, we know what we want, but we don't know what's best for us, much less for someone else. And Bruno Groening indicated that in Freddie's case, that it would not be what was best. A healing is not always what's best. This, Bruno Groening said healing was only 10% of what he shared. And that 10%, there was a lot of healing going on. But really what he called people to was a spiritual way of life. And as I said before, back to nature, living in harmony with nature and living in harmony with creation itself. And he spoke of this world as a school that we're all here to learn. And in Freddie's case, he indicated that it would not serve his learning best to have that particular healing. The other thing he points to there is how important it is to have faith without proof. It's not the easiest thing, but that's what real faith is. And faith doesn't make demands on the Creator. It's okay to ask, it's okay to plead and to beg, but ultimately, in fact, Bruno Groening once said, pleading is prayer. To plead, when we pray, we need to ask from the bottom of our heart, he said, and to ultimately recognize that we're not in charge, that God is, and that we don't know what's best. We only know what we want. So let's, I'm going to read it one more time, and then we can sit with it a little bit. And the friends think they are entitled to say, yes, if Freddie or Lilo were to be completely healed, yes, that would be a genuine miracle, and then we could really believe. No, friends. A faith that has conditions attached to it is no faith. It is a demand, a tempting of God, and thus an absolute lack of trust with respect to your Creator. What did Christ say to Thomas? Not seeing and yet believing. That is what brings us close to God. Who then gives you the right to say that a spontaneous healing would be beneficial for the mental, spiritual development of these two people? You must leave this to God. I would say that goes for us as well. The when of a healing is not our business. It is our business to strive to live a spiritual life and to strive for a healing and to stand by the faith that God is almighty and nothing is incurable. But to sort of try and force it or demand it Bruno Groening says here that that's actually not faith. So let's reflect on all this a little bit, continuing to take in this energy, noticing what you feel. Seeing if you can step into absolute trust in a higher power. And the other piece is, to facilitate healing, we really need to take in a lot of good power. Bruno Groening himself said it takes a lot of good divine power to displace, I'm paraphrasing here, to displace the negative. Let's see if I can find it. So we'll just have to go with that paraphrase. But in essence, he said to really displace the evil, you really have to take in a lot of good power. And so, he recommended tuning in at least every day. And if someone has a lot of illnesses or burdens, I would recommend doing it multiple times a day. When I first found this teaching, I was, thinking I was going to be dead in a year. My body was falling apart. And I did this practice for 3 hours a day, partially because I had to. My eyes were so bad, I had to sit with my eyes closed for hours every day. And they healed, as did all the other very serious medical conditions I had. So I'd like to thank everyone who joined in live, and thank you everyone who took the time to watch this video. So we looked at the idea that health is natural, and that disease is nothing more than something unnatural, something not good, getting into the body. And that to remove it, what we need is this divine energy, which is order and which can literally dispel disorder. We also looked at the idea of the need for faith, faith without conditions, and that on this path, surrender is an essential part, that this is truly a path of spiritual growth, and we don't know what's best for our growth. And lastly, that that in order to really experience help and healing, can be very important to take in a lot of this energy. So much gratitude to everyone who joined in live, and much gratitude to everyone who watched this video. And let's close with a little time really asking for our deep heart wishes for anyone that is very near and dear to us, for any circumstances we're facing in our life right now. Asking that this energy flow to those situations. Thank you once again to anyone and everyone who joined in. And I wish you a beautiful, beautiful day. Take care. Much love.